Okay, next, before I get into these upcoming problems, I want to refer you to page 368 and 369 to do some reading over what skewness is and variation. I'll go over it briefly here as well, and it gives a better description in the textbook, of course, than my little talk here about it. All right, so I think you'd fare better reading about it than for me to explain it with any great emphasis on detail. All right, so let's see. So skewness, when they're talking about distributions on a graph, lot happens there with it, because you have to deal with the outliers, you have to deal with the mean, the median, and even the mode that is represented on a graph. So we have, first of all, the first one, let's say in most of it, in a normal distribution, you would have something that is symmetric, something that would go something like this, where it's a mirror of each other. If you took this bell-shaped curve, and many examples for this, the average height of a man or a woman, or the average weight of men and women, maybe given a certain classification, like what's the weight of offensive linemen on a football field or a football team, what's the average weight of a woman on a track team, so it may categorize it differently like that. There's many different options to choose from. But anyways, you'd have this, and it would be mirrors of each other, and this is a symmetric bell curve. Okay, sometimes you have shapes of a graph where it is what is called right skewed. Like you'd have something that may go from here up, and then it kind of tails off this way here. And this is right skewed, where the bulk of it is in the early stages here, maybe, but then there are other data values that extend out, making this tail. And the tail's on the right side, so that's why it's right skewed. Write it up this way here. Okay? So many examples of that coming. And then the last one, if I can fit it in here, is going to be left skewed. So that would be something that is, here's a graph here. I'm going to do it to the right here. So that means your tail would be on the left side, and then it goes up to where the majority of the people are whatever you're doing here. If this is income up to a certain age or something, maybe what is an income, I'll make this up, what is an income of kids up to the age of 20, perhaps, So you can see when they're little, they don't, maybe birthday money or Christmas money, something like that, and then it goes up when they get a job at 14 or 15, and then it stops at 20, or just, as a quick example. But this is left skewed, where the tail is on the left side. Left skewed. Okay? So there's your skewness. All right. Variation. I'll come back to variation in a second or two. Okay, let's do a problem here, and I'll be right back.